With the recent announcement that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 won't be getting DLC content and the massive shift in leadership at Insomniac Games, fans are having a hard time accepting that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is finally done. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel where we cover all things superhero games, news, and bits you may have missed. And if you want to stay up to date on all things superhero games, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I deliver the news in less than 5 minutes because I respect your time, so show some support by leaving a like, as that actually helps a ton. And with that, let's dive into the news. So late last month at New York Comic Con, Marvel Spider-Man fans were hit with some shocking news. Spider-Man 2 will be getting a earlier than expected PC port. This opens up Marvel Spider-Man 2 for the possibility of some pretty fun, wild, and interesting mods, but also was met with the harsh reality that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will not be receiving any DLC content. Spider-Man fans took to social media to express their displeasure with the shocking news instead of facing the reality that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is done. Now recently, we've been seeing a massive shift in Insomniac Games with art director Habibipour and story lead Mary Kinney leave to join CD Projekt Red for The Witcher 4, and now confirmed previously creative director Brian Horton moving on to initiative to work on Perfect Dark, with the creative director behind Ratchet Clank, Rift Apart, Marcus Smith, taking over the role. Now it's pretty clear that the major focus from now on for Insomniac Game is to get Wolverine out, ideally by next year. Keep in mind, based on insider information, the game is going to be more on the rails in terms of exploration, unlike Marvel Spider-Man 2, and with its development being at least 5 years at this point, it's pretty clear at this point that Marvel's Wolverine is very likely to be seeing a release sometime in 2025. With that in mind, fans have quickly pointed out that despite Insomniac's very strong stance on the fact that there will be no DLC content for Marvel Spider-Man 2, some fans point out that in a not so recent leak where players had access to dev tools, there were some story content that were not present in Marvel Spider-Man 2 previously, leading fans to believe that there in fact was going to be DLC content. But one thing fans fail to realize is that Insomniac has been pretty transparent about DLC content in the past, most notably in Marvel Spider-Man, giving ample information about the possibility of DLC content, which we did not see much, if any, with Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now don't get me wrong, I'm a massive fan of the game, but the reality is, with the massive shift in leadership between all the major projects, the massive cyber attack that compromised tons of information and data, the huge focus on Marvel Spider-Man 3, and the massive flops and layoffs of 2024 from Sony, I think it's time to accept that there's no Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC, and the next major project we should be expecting to see sometime in 2025 is Marvel's Wolverine. Speaking of Marvel's Wolverine, we recently got some bombshell information that goes over some new information that points to a huge reveal sometime later this year. I go over that in the video on screen. Check it out.